outside corner, or was it kind of up in the air at that point, given his versatility?
It was a little up in the air. We know of his ability to play not just the outside corner, but the nickel and the safety spot. So, we kind of figured we'd take a look at what we have, see how it all kind of meshes, and then go from there. And having him at the outside corner, gives us a very savvy guy. When you do put him at the nickel position, you have a guy that has potential to play inside and be quick with those guys. And then you put him at the safety, and you've got a guy that's basically a ball hawk type player.
And before you signed him, how much, if at all, did you talk to Torian Gray? I know you worked with him in Chicago, and I know he's a big mentor to Kendall. Was there much discussion there?
No, mostly because everybody knew him here already from his time that he had spent with this team. So where I really went on that, plus the fact that he played for Andy. I knew that that Kendall was gonna have been coached properly, and Kendall was the right type of guy. I mean, Andy Reid really has, to me, in my opinion, when he has players that you're poaching, you're getting good guys.
Hey Ron, it's John Keim. I guess I'll go. With your treatments, did anything surprise you about the way this whole process went for you, whether how it was handled by yourself, whether the lack of having to miss a game or anything like that? Did anything surprise you with this?
Really, I mean, there's certain things that pop up all of a sudden, side effects that you have, and the fatigue, how tired you get. At times you get nauseous. Honestly, at times your equilibrium's messed around with, almost a sense of vertigo, and then the nausea, and it hits you at any time, anywhere, and so that really was. But the fatigue, going out to practice and stuff, it limited me, and that really bothers me because, I can't coach the way I coach, and so that's hard. But being out there and not being able to just get into it the way I normally would, so that was hard for me.
And then following up on that, are you surprised that, given the fatigue and all that it didn't manifest it, like maybe you didn't have to take more time off? And conversely, how anxious are you looking forward to coaching without having to deal with that?
I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it's probably going to take 3 or 4 weeks after I get my last treatment because of the recovery period, but I really am looking forward to it. I mean, the hard part is, I get my treatment, I come back, do a couple things, and then I got to take a break before practice. And when I'm done with you guys, I'm done with my media, I'll take another break, so it's hard trying to, map everything out. And then traditionally you're here till 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I hit 5 o'clock and I got to go home. I mean, it's just, really, the fatigue really, it's like I said, I told my wife, it's like having a 300-pound gorilla on your back.
Harris or standing?
Yeah. Hey, Ron. Oh. Hey, Ron. Sorry about that. Just curious, sorry if you've been asked, but Josh Garnett retired a couple days ago, and I was just wondering if he gave a reason to you guys, or what was the process with that?
In 2 miles.
Well, he really came to us and said that, he wanted to retire. And which, again, I have total respect for, because this is a very, very physical game, very tough game. And, retiring, because of the game it's a personal reason. And so I just respect the fact that he came to us, talked to us about it, and he's ready to move on. So, he's a heck of a young man, and he really is. And I enjoyed having him here as one of our players. But that's his personal decision, and I respect it.
Dan, Chris Russell.
Hey, Ron. Yesterday you thought that Jaron Christian might be back today for practice, but sounds like he was out again. What can you say about his situation going into Sunday?
Well, just like we said, he's questionable. I mean, we'll see how it is and tomorrow, and hopefully it's a lot better. But he did feel better today. Ryan Vermillion just felt, we'll hold him out another day. So that's what we did. We'll see how he moves around tomorrow, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you. And congrats on your treatment news. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, congratulations as well. Sorry if I forgot to ask this earlier in the week. I was just curious. On the fourth down on the first drive against the Giants, Morgan Moses went from the right side to the left side. I'm not asking for any game plan situation, but what is in general the idea behind doing something like that? I've seen that before. You got here with Trent Williams and whatnot. What is the whole idea behind something like that?
Say that, ask that again.
Sorry. Yeah, on the first drive against the Giants, Morgan Moses on that fourth down flipped from the right side to the left side.
Uh-huh.
And I've seen that before with Trent Williams here before you got here. In general, without giving away game plan stuff, what is the idea behind doing something like that that's a little bit different, of course, with the alignment of the offensive line?
Well, that was a strategic move. We went unbalanced. And so because we went unbalanced, we created a what we felt was a more solid side. And it's just, it's part of the game planning that we do.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Les?
Hey, Ron. You've talked in the past about kind of breaking the season into quarters. And when you do that, do you kind of have an expectation for what that record could be in that quarter? And did you have one for this one when you were, because this is one you've kind of looked at a lot, this particular quarter?
You do. I mean, you look at each quarter and you say, oh, wow, shoot, I'd love to come out of this with a certain record. I'd love to come out of this one with a certain record. And then you get to the third quarter, and that's usually where things really are interesting if those hopes come to fruition. And, so we'll see. I mean, we still have 3 games left in this quarter. And actually, we got 2 games left in this quarter, and I'm pretty excited about what we can do, hopefully, in the next 2 games.
Let's take 3 more.
Hey, Ron, congratulations on that treatment news. That's very exciting. When it comes to what's going on at receiver, is Terry McLaurin someone that you feel like you can trust as a mentor for those younger guys, even though he himself is a younger guy? And in what ways does he help those other players at the position?
His leadership skills are tremendous. He's a very quiet leader. He does lead by example. He's a young pro. I mean, a lot of young guys come in and they don't know how to act. They don't know how to prepare. They don't know how to take care of themselves. Terry's one of those guys that prepares the right way every day. He's one of those guys that understands how to take care of himself, how to prevent injuries, how to take care of injuries. He's a young pro, and we have some young guys that could learn from just watching him. I think Isaiah Wright can learn from him. AGG can learn from him. Heck, we're playing a young man named Tony Brown. He can learn from him, and Jeff Badette. Those guys can learn from. Those guys can take from what he does in terms of his actions.
Do you have any sense where he got that young pro mentality from, where it came from?
I think he's always had it. From what I learned from him being at Ohio State, he was a team captain as a junior, which usually doesn't happen. But because of the way he handled himself there, he developed, I guess, that leadership skills. And so you see it when he comes here. He's with us, and you start watching him, and you think, "Gosh, this is a heck of a young man."